Welcome back, my name is ballerscuba, this is Video Games Over Time. Today we're going to talk about the world of 1975. We will once again start in the field of technology. In the January 1975 edition of Popular Electronics, American electronics company Micro Instrumentation and Telemetry Systems, MITS, released the Altair 8800 microcomputer kit. Starting at $439 for the kit over $2,100 in 2020, or $621 for an assembled computer, about $3,000 in 2020, the Altair 8800 overcame initial delivery issues to sell over 5,000 units by August 1975. This made it the first profitable personal computer, opening up the home computer market by selling to electronics hobbyists. The release of the Altair 8800 got the interest of two young American programmers, Paul Allen and Bill Gates. In 1972, Allen and Gates had co-founded TrafoData, a partnership that sold a bare-bones computer for tracking and analyzing traffic data. Upon seeing the Popular Electronics magazine, Paul Allen suggested he and Bill Gates could create a basic interpreter for the Altair 8800 that would allow the computer to use the de facto programming language of the time. Gates then called MITS, stating that they had a working BASIC interpreter, even though they didn't. MITS requested a demonstration. Gates and Allen then set out to create the interpreter, with Allen working on a simulator for the Altair 8800 while Gates developed the interpreter. In March 1975, they were able to demonstrate a working interpreter to MITS, who agreed to distribute it as Altair BASIC. Through hard work, they were able to complete the thing they already said they had. On April 4th, 1975, based on Altair BASIC's success, Paul Allen and Bill Gates established Microsoft, with Bill Gates as the CEO. Paul Allen suggested the name Microsoft, short for microcomputer software. We will return to the history of Microsoft in later videos, as you might expect. On May 10th, 1975, Sony, a Japanese electronics company, released the Betamax. The Betamax is an analog cassette format of magnetic tape used for recording and playing video. Proving successful in Japan, Sony released the format in the United States in November 1975. At a trade show in 1975, MOS Technology, an American semiconductor design and fabrication company, released the MOS Technology 6502. This chip was a redesigned version of the Motorola 6800 chip, which was released in 1974. However, the 6502 was simpler, cheaper, and faster. Selling for about a sixth of the price of the Intel 8080, which was used in the Altair 8800, and the Motorola 6800, this chip would allow for faster and cheaper consumer computer products. This chip will prove to be quite important in these videos. Turning to film, the highest grossing films of 1975 are Jaws, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, as of 2020 as the initial release continues, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Dog Day Afternoon,
feel great and they smell great. That's it. It makes my day.
and Shampoo. Some other notable films released in 1975 include
Destroy Earth. See this ultimate test of power, the Terror of Godzilla.
Terror of Mechagodzilla, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and Death Race 2000. Turning to sports, in American football, the Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Minnesota Vikings 16-6 to win Super Bowl IX. In baseball, the Cincinnati Reds defeated the Boston Red Sox 4-3 to win the World Series. In boxing, Muhammad Ali defeated Joe Frazier by TKO after the 14th round to retain the heavyweight championship in the Philippines in what was known as the Thrilla in Manila. In basketball, the Golden State Warriors defeated the Washington Bullets 4-0 to win the NBA Finals. The Kentucky Colonels defeated the Indiana Pacers 4-1 to win the ABA Finals. In golf, Jack Nicklaus won the Masters Tournament, the PGA Championship, and was the PGA Tour money leader. In hockey, the Philadelphia Flyers defeated the Buffalo Sabres 4-2 to win the Stanley Cup. In NASCAR, Richard Petty won the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. In comics, 1975 marks the relaunch of the X-Men comics with Giant Size X-Men #1. This comic marked the debut of Colossus, Storm, Nightcrawler, and Thunderbird, as well as Wolverine's debut with the X-Men. The highest rated television shows of the 1974-75 season were All in the Family, Sanford and Son, Chico and the Man,
Don't be discouraged. Well, we're moving on now
The Jefferson,
to the side.
and MASH. Some notable television debuts in 1975 include Wonder Woman, Wheel of Fortune, and Saturday Night Live. 1975 also marks the end of Kung Fu and Space Battleship Yamato. And finally, I have once again linked a playlist for the Billboard #1 songs of 1975. That is the context of the world of 1975, at least from a video game perspective. But we are not done with 1975 just yet. My name is ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next Dungeons & Dragons video.